on the shelf. Sometimes it seems as though he don't know your name.
James and Jimmy, identical twins separated at birth, are the subjects of this week's Reunited.
It will be a shame. I will fight for you till I'm black and blue from the inside out.
I've heard of people who've been adopted before who have, felt kind of displaced or something. I never really had that sense. I'm really curious about meeting Jimmy. It's so weird just saying his name, because for some reason when you give someone a name, it's like it feels kind of real. Like I'm actually meeting a guy called Jimmy who's gonna look like me.
Do you know, I always knew that I was a twin, ever since I was little. I'd go around the house and I had a little imaginary friend that I liked to call number 2, and he looked exactly like Jimmy. Years later, I realised I was a twin, and number 2 was actually the ghost of my twin, following me around. Hello, my name is Jimmy, and here we are with a special episode of Reunited, the lost episode that never aired. The reason it never aired is unclear to me. So I got my hands on a copy of the completed episode. How did I do this, you ask? Well, I got very friendly with a lovely lady from catering called Maureen, and Maureen is friends with the editor, Willie Shatter. And if there's one thing Willie Shatter loves, it's chocolate fudge cake. And if there's one thing Maureen loves to make, it's chocolate fudge cake. And she made a little copy onto a hard drive, and I've done my very own edit. What is Reunited? Oh, it's only the best show ever in the whole world. They reunite long-lost family members that haven't seen each other in years. I was supposed to meet my twin. Well, we'll see what happens. The Jimmy cut. It's the Jimmy cut. It's the Jimmy cut. Glamour, showbiz, fame. It's the Jimmy cut. It's the Jimmy cut. This time last year, one of those free local papers came in. I looked at this photograph and the fella in the picture looked fierce familiar. That's me. That's me in the picture. Except it's definitely not me, because I don't work for an architecture firm and I don't wear silly suits.
James lives in the seaside town of Bray with his wife Ellen. He commutes to work at the family architectural firm in Ballsbridge, a business which has been in the family now for 3 generations.
It's been stressful, but we're getting through it. It's kind of bizarre. It's
for sure.
Very surreal.
Yeah. I think I need at least a couple of months to just get my head around this.
But they recommended counsellors, which I thought that's a brilliant idea. So James is going to go next week.
I mean, part of me is kind of excited too. I don't even know what Jimmy does, but there's just a lot of change happening at the moment. Like my dad is actually retiring next year, and he's handing over the reins to me, and it gets me thinking just about like I want to involve friends and family, and like maybe Jimmy and I could, run the business together, something like that. We'll see.
Back in Hollywood, Jimmy has been running a home painting studio for the last year. His sights are firmly set on turning his creative talent into a thriving local business.
Can you just hide your penis a little bit? Because I'm giving this to a friend of mine's mammy for her birthday. And I've already got a unicorn penis in it. And I think we've reached our painting penis limit. So, memorial paintings for the dead. So what I've started doing is looking up the death notices, or I listen out on the radio, and then I bring this painting to the funeral. Usually at the graveside, I'll present it to the family in a nice frame, and then I won't send them a bill for a few days. Hello and welcome to my hometown of Hollywood, County Wicklow. We have a church, we have a shop, we have a school. It's really amazing to be on this show, and I was really excited to be reunited with my twin. But there was another reason, of course, which is that my ultimate dream is to be the next Gabo. By that I mean an 80s superstar. Well, something I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get myself on TV, and if I have to do it by being reunited through my twin, well, that's just a bonus, isn't it? So I thought to myself, why don't I bring them up to the Hollywood sign? Because it might remind them of where I'm headed. That's right. Yes. Planting it. Look.
I don't blame my parents. I'm not angry with them. They've always really included me in the family and all the family history. And even when we were young, I remember me and my sister and my parents, we spent a whole day putting together this beautiful family tree. And I just really gave you that sense of belonging. Yeah, I guess it's kind of weird actually that when I think about it now. I don't know if I should be on the family tree. I'm part of the family, but then is family not blood? I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Well, actually, both of my parents died a little over 1 year ago. And they both died in the same week, actually, which is very sad. Daddy died of a brain aneurysm, and I suppose what happened was Mammy died from a broken heart. The only nice thing about the two dying is that I only had to see Mammy sad for 1 week, because it's very hard to see people being sad. So anyway, it was... Jimmy's got his own house now, and I can put all my things wherever I want to. And I've turned Mammy and Daddy's bedroom into a little painting studio for myself, and I fucked all their shit in the bin. So a few weeks ago I was doing little interviews with them, and I said to me, when am I going to meet my twinnie? And they said, that's going to be another few weeks. And I said, another few weeks? Jesus, I don't have forever. So I kept my little mouth shut, and I said to the lads, do you want to get some ice cream? And I knew they'd like ice cream. I had that look about them. So I popped them in the back of my car and I went for a little drive. And I started driving towards Bray because I'd nicked their little call sheet and I knew exactly where James lived. I was basically a kidnapper. I was going to just speed up their show, make it a bit more exciting.
It's important for us to have stuff of, the local area.
Yes.
And things like, but like,
I think
Bray isn't like your locality, like it's not really going to make sense.
But Bray has fierce, interesting things.
Like, I'm not the director now or anything, but like it's probably a good idea to turn around, maybe just talk about some other...
Let's sound up. When you taste the sweet creaminess of a Bray ice cream, you'll say, Jimmy, thank you. Thank you for bringing me to Bray.
As the weeks go by, James is feeling more and more anxious. As a show of support, James's family and friends join him for a party at his home in Bray.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. Like, what is it, 2.5 weeks now? And I don't feel ready at all. Your producer gave me the number of a counsellor, and I have booked an appointment for next Monday. So I'll get to see her twice a week now in the weeks running up to it, and maybe that'll help. Maybe it'll prepare me somewhat.
She's alone.
You're looking very worried there, Sound Up.
Would you slow down, please?
It's okay. I have to go fast if I have to get you to Bray for ice cream.
It's fine.
Oh, I've got a turn here. Oh. I like doing bends fast.
It's two for me, she's had enough. She's had enough. She's had enough.
This is the turn. This is the turn.
But ask her why the long face, she's been misplaced here in love. Love. All the time around, it's just me, she's out of
I'm here. Where are you? Oh, I'm here. Oh, I think. What are you doing?
I can't see you at all.
But I'm in a car. I'm looking out at this beardy fella.
I'm out at the sea, looking for my family.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. The moment that Jimmy is reunited with his long-lost twin live on television. Oh,
Washed away.
Aenghus, do you think he heard my twinny whistle? No. Try. No, still nothing. I have another idea. We can knock on the door.
In his cat.
Hello.
Are you recording?
I am indeed. And I am also here to see my twinny, James. And here we are, it's the grand finale, the exciting end of the programme you've all been waiting for. Okay, can I just say here that I'm not a professional editor and I don't know how to do these fancy grand finales. So look, you can see all the things, there's loads of chaos, there's all sorts of things happening, and we just had to finish it here really. Because you know, there's this trick in showbiz, and you know what it is? Always leave them wanting more.
No, he's not. Please.
Get out! Get out of my house! And you, I want you to get out too, you little shit.
I only got to see James for a second before he jumped in the cupboard. His wife said he wasn't ready. It's been a while now, but you know, I was thinking in a few years I'll probably have my own chat show and he'll be sitting there watching television and he'll see himself dressed in sparkles, interviewing all the famous people in the world, and he'll think, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to meet Jimmy, and I could have him on my show and he could play music for everyone. I could introduce him to the world and people will see the two of us on television and they'll say, wow, twins really are magical. It's the end of the film where they stick all the names, credit where credit's due. It's the end of the film where they put all the names, credit where credit's due. Credit where credit's due. Credit where credit's due. It's the end of the film where they put all the names, credit where credit's due. It's Jimmy joke time.